Alright guys, I am literally freaking out. Chapter 101 for Dragon Ball Super's manga has just dropped. It's been at least a year since I've been excited for a Dragon Ball Super manga chapter, as excited as I am now. I cannot wait to jump into this with you guys. Let me know what your honest thoughts about this chapter is in the comment section below. President Magenta's funeral was kind of low-key considering how much of a big shot tycoon he was. The police might have come sniffing if it had been an elaborate affair. We can't have that. Carmine, sir, the Red Ribbon Army is really finished, huh? The secret base got blown to bits and most of the troops are in the wind. Yes, but the funds and resources remain. Hang on, you're not gonna bring back the army again, are ya? It wouldn't do much good with those ferocious fighters waiting to pounce. What drives those accursed monsters? Oh, how they vex me. So it was King Piccolo and son Gohan who took down Cell Max in the end. Well, we made ourselves scarce before Cell Max came to life, so we didn't witness his end with our own eyes. But assuming it was those two who triggered this detonation, then we can safely say that so long as they live, the army cannot be revived. And that is when they're interrupted by a fight in the street. There's traffic. I love this opening, this cold open with the remnants of the Red Ribbon Army. And not only that, we get Soldier 15, who was the guy that Pan knocked out. He was integral to the plot to kidnap Pan. This is just a great intro. I like the fact that he's saying there's still resources to rebuild the army or rebuild the Red Ribbon Army, even though there's no soldiers or no facility, meaning that there is more deeper lore left. There's more stuff that they can kind of do with the Red Ribbon Army in the future. Now, the Red Ribbon Army isn't my favorite, but they have made not only Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, but they also made something as powerful as Cell Max, who's arguably as stronger than Super Saiyan Blues and, you know, around the same level as Broly. So they are pretty OP as an organization, I'm not gonna lie. Them having these resources could be something that is something they have to look out for. The Z Fighters, they have to look out for, and it leaves it open for more stories, which is something that I really like. In this fight, we get Saiyaman 1 and Saiyaman 2, or X1 and X2. I'm just gonna call them 1 and 2, which is Goten and Trunks. They are fighting some what looks like to be bank robbers in the middle of the street. And I mean, you know, it's as easy as you would think it would be. The fighting itself is just kind of goofy, with Trunks throwing villains into each other's punches, and it's not something that is going to be high stakes for them. It really does remind me of when the Golden Warrior faced off against the robbers in the beginning of the World Martial Arts Tournament arc. That is what this reminds me of. But instead of just Gohan, there's literally two warriors here facing off against all these bank robbers, and the crime spree with these bank robbers, it's probably something else that needs to be looked at in the world of Dragon Ball, but this is actually a really good take on what type of warriors and what type of heroes these two are. They're not wholly like Saiyaman 1 and 2, like, you know, Gohan and Videl. They're kind of their own thing. And we get our first reference. This is one from Goku versus Raccoon, and it's just great. I love it. I'm actually digging the outfits here. Like, this is, to me, the Saiyaman story, the continued story, because I was like rolling my eyes when I heard about it. This is it done right. Like, I'm actually really excited to continue reading this. This is all new stuff. I don't think there are any more robbers inside either. What gives? Our first mission in forever and it's already over? They went down like wet noodles. Wet noodles, I like that. That's a good burn. I like that. Too bad, huh? Maybe we were too eager to kick butt after being away from the hero stuff for so long. Did you see those two in action? What absurd strength. Could they be the solution? We'll take it from here. Always grateful for your help, Saiyaman X1 and X2. Well, after we haul this trash, should we head back to school? Sounds good. Ahem. Might we have a little chat over a nice pizza, perhaps? And the invitation for a criminal undertaking, which they don't know it's criminal because of the leaks, but at a Red Pizza or a pizza place that's called Red Pizza. I don't know. I like the little lore of there being a pizza cafe diner, you know, in the middle of the city. I don't know why. And just Goten and Trunks eating pizza. I mean, it's just pure wholesomeness. You're always gonna get me when it comes to pizza. I absolutely adore pizza. So the fact that this is snuck into this chapter, to be honest, is phenomenal. I absolutely think that the placement of this story, like the direction that the ending of the superhero arc is going, because this is literally the ending right here, is just going in a great direction. And this is where Carmine tells them about the fact that there is an evil villain and he would like to hire them because, you know, they're really strong heroes and they've done so much for the city. He thinks that they could be, you know, a great asset in fighting off the villain. But I like the fact that Trunks won't take his money. He says that, I'm not taking your money, mister. We find people to help. We don't like go after people. We find people to help, and I'm not taking your money. I mean, someone like Trunks, the heir of Capsule Corporation, doesn't need a dime from Carmine at all. So I understand that. I like that Goten didn't jump in and was like, you know, hey, let's get the money either, because Goten really is not a type to like want like money like that. You know, that's more so Hercule or Android 18 or whatever, or even Chi-Chi. So that's pretty interesting. But this line right here, you play the part of a valiant heroes, but you won't dare face anyone out of your league. Do I have that right? Because realistically, they took down those bank robbers like in like 10 seconds. But look at their faces, like they're adorable. Look how mad that he made them just now. I mean, and that was a pretty that was a pretty solid burn, to be honest with you. Like, because I think deep down inside they have some sort of complex anyway, because they're not like the big heroes like the rest of the Z fighters are. You know, they're pretty small fry as of right now. And the only reason that they're even in the running to be strong is because they can fuse, or, you know, they have the fusion. That's basically it. So Carmine actually gets underneath their skin, telling them they're scared, and, you know, trying to get them to go that way, something that he would do for Vegeta. And, you know, this is enough to literally bring them along. They're like, you know what? This is a great chance for us to not only show that we are strong like that, but if, you know, one of the henchmen here, if the henchman Soldier 15 films it, then he can show it to Mai and show his skills of how powerful he is. He can actually like show it. And in the middle of him coming up with this plan, you see that Goten is just here loving the attention from his classmates. Well, I mean, they don't know if that's his classmates, but, you know, he's posing for pictures, posing for the gram. And there's just so much happening, like so much good writing happening here, that it's hard for me to believe that this is the same guy that gave us Superhero again, and also some parts in the Granola arc. Like, it's just really hard for me to kind of wrap my head around it, but I have to give credit where credit is due, and so far I'm loving it. Broly attacks Vegeta head on, and Vegeta easily, in base form, easily dodges it and kicks Broly in the back of the head, full force. Now, if you can see Broly's eyes here, this, you know, could have possibly been something to knock him out. I mean, we've seen this move before, knock somebody out cold. But Broly is stronger. I believe that Broly would not be knocked out from this. Broly comes back up and just shoots a barrage, a ki blast at Vegeta. Now, you got to understand, this entire panel right here is very important, because up to this point right here, Ikari would have started coming out in the movie. He took huge damage, and so, you know, now he's angry. He's trying to retaliate to Vegeta. And Vegeta, being the GOAT that he is, getting the win, the W that he, you know, after this, he had just had a fight with Goku and won. So after getting that W, he's probably pumped up, and now he's getting another W here by blocking all the ki blasts, easily getting around Broly's guard and kicking him once again. And just as Broly lands, this image right here has been going viral for its memality. Like, so many people are memeing this image. You've probably seen it before, right here on the bottom. But it's Vegeta, like, just kind of like in that same instance as Broly landed, right there, he's like, "Are you ready to snap, Broly? Are you ready to snap, Broly?" Like, you know, he's there trolling him, but people are changing that part and kind of like, you know, putting a bunch of memes to it. I like the fact that Vegeta is being very similar to some of the stuff that we've seen in Dragon Ball fan fiction at this point, where he's like goading him. He's like, you know, come on, are you ready? Like, he's being the Vegeta that was pushing Kaba to his limits. He's doing the same thing here for Broly. Broly strikes him, and again, he dodges. Broly charges him again, and this time it connects. But just like when Vegeta punched Broly square in the face and nothing happened, Vegeta bleeds but doesn't move at all. He just bleeds. And this could be a symptom of a greater thing here from Ultra Ego, where Ultra Ego literally gives Vegeta so much adaptability and so much durability when it comes to taking damage. So he took this punch head on, and this could be like just a remnant of that Ultra Ego training that he did to get this durable. Anger isn't a bad thing. Rage is the source of a Saiyan's power, in fact. However, your issue is that you lose yourself to it. Do not suppress your rage. Control it. And with that, now Vegeta is in Super Saiyan and he is attacking Broly. Now, I was a little bit surprised here that Vegeta at Super Saiyan and in base was able to kind of like dominate Broly here a little bit. But remember, in the movie, he wasn't Super Saiyan and he was essentially pushing Broly back and dominating the situation in that aspect. So, you know, Vegeta is really strong in his own right here, and even his Super Saiyan transformation is relatively powerful compared to Broly not going into Ikari. What's the matter? Can you not wield your full might out of fear that you'll snap? And Broly really is giving Vegeta the business here, while Goku thinks that he's gonna explode into Ikari, that this is too much. And I don't know, Whis can see that it's not. Whis can see clearly that Broly has changed a little bit, at least through his training. Remember, he's been training on Beerus' planet for a little bit here, and so he has that narrative. I feel like Goku should see this a little bit too, and I'm not gonna hark and be like, oh, the dumb Goku thing. You know, I'm trying to just really understand that this is the Goku that we have in DBS. I do think that he would be able to understand this, and see this just like Whis can. But to give Whis that extra level that Whis is the ultimate master, I think that's the reason that they wrote this scene this way. Oh, and I love this part because Broly up to this point has been attacking Vegeta, and Vegeta has been easily kind of, you know, whatever. But now Broly is coming after him, and Vegeta and he's getting faster, he's getting stronger, deflecting Vegeta's blows and kind of gaining on him, even headbutting him in trying to push him back. So Broly is starting to gain that strength, even though he's not going into Ikari just yet. But when Broly lands, Vegeta disappears. And so Vegeta, another huge memeable picture right here that people are memeing all over the place on the internet, is standing behind this tree all like sneaky wise. And I guess this is so Broly can kind of like feel him, use his ki and feel him, more of his training. He does relatively fast, and then he smokes him out, and Vegeta's kind of doing those like this ninja thing, running through the forest, and using actually good technique and abilities that, you know, we don't really relatively get to see a lot in Dragon Ball. And actually, this type of movement we saw a little bit in the Granola arc when he was fighting Granola. So I do like that this kind of carried over, and now he's teaching this to Broly. And when they clash, they're absolutely even. Broly is finally at the level of Vegeta at Super Saiyan, well, his advanced Super Saiyan. I would say this is advanced. This is not a regular Super Saiyan like in the Android Saga. This is an advanced Super Saiyan. Now they're equal, and you know, this is the growth that Whis has been saying. This is the growth that Whis has been talking about. And now that Vegeta has basically pushed him and he hasn't transformed, I mean, you know, that's a great feat in and of itself. But he can't bring all his might and all his strength and be afraid of his transformations, because he'll go nuts, like Goku said, you know, and that's a huge problem. And Broly really doesn't have the answer to this. And Goku says something interesting here. He says, what about the feeling you get when you go into Super Saiyan? Broly says, like, it's kind of hard for him to get into that feeling. He doesn't really understand how it works, really. So, you know, that's kind of the ending of that training session. But then we get Chilai walking in here looking fantastic. Like, Toyo knows how to draw Chilai. But not only do we get Chilai, but we also get her talking about Black Frieza. And this is such an important scene. I want to talk more about this, but this is so important because that means Chilai knows full well about Black Frieza. and understands like the power. And that means for her to know about Black Frieza, she would have to either have heard it from Goku or Vegeta, who were there, and or maybe even Granola was also there, or Whis and Beerus if they have heard about it. So like this is like privileged information what Frieza has transformed into, and now he is the looming threat over the entire galaxy. Yeah, it's something else. I know he's a bad guy, but I'm still impressed that he went and trained that hard to surpass us. Got something to say, Lord Beerus? There's always gonna be someone or something stronger than you, so keep plugging away with that training, and once you're stronger than me, I'll nominate you as the next god of destruction. Like I've told you, that's not the job for me. Hey Whis, did I hear that Earth was on the brink again? Indeed, a fearsome beastie dubbed Cell Max emerged to threaten the planet. You don't say. How'd they beat it? It was Goku's boy, Gohan, actually, along with Piccolo the Namekian that led the triumphant charge against the monster. Goku's son. This guy's a dad? Do you mean to say that you've forgotten about Gohan? Guess he didn't leave much of an impression. Well, according to Bulma, Gohan may have surpassed even us in this particular battle. Great writing, dude. This is amazing. We not only get the first time that Beerus says he will nominate Goku, or even anyone, if they surpass him in strength, like anyone, I'm assuming Goku or Vegeta, you know, he'll nominate them as a god of destruction, so we get some god of destruction lore here. But we also get them knowing about Cell Max, knowing about Gohan's strength. I wish we would have gotten a little bit more of Goku and Vegeta being like, wait, Cell's back? What, Cell? Really? You know, something along those lines. But, you know, we even get like a jab from the, oh, Goku's a bad dad type of crowd. I think this is just an inside joke. Toyotaro is dropping a joke here from the community where Beerus is like, wait, Goku's a dad? Like, he didn't remember Gohan at all. And I think, and I look at Goku's face, like, Beerus did not have to violate this man like this. Like, I actually feel really bad for him. Like, yes, Goku's a dad. He's a great dad. He's been a dad forever. And it's just a great 2 pages, man. Like, this is amazing. You mean it? I wish I could have been there. It must have been during me and Vegeta's duel, so we didn't sense his ki. The duel, which you lost to me. Highlight of your lifetime, huh? What is going on, Toyotaro? Are you instilling my faith in the Dragon Ball Super manga again? Who are your new writers? Like, this is a great joke from Vegeta, and then Goku with the clapback. The only issue that I see right now is Goku's mention of not being able to sense Beast Gohan, but I'm not gonna delve into this here. I'll talk about that later, because I'm in like a cloud 9 right now. Carmine takes Goten and Trunks to Gohan's house. Remember, Soldier 15 knows where Gohan's house is, so, you know, he knew exactly where it went, and they are like, wait, this place, it looks kind of familiar. But they are immediately shown that Carmine is actually the bad guy when Carmine asks Soldier 15 to go basically wake up Gohan, and he refuses to do so. So Carmine gets out of the car and starts blowing holes into his house like a drive-by. Like, this is some gangster level crap right here. Imagine if like Pan or Videl like were just walking by, like he would have shot one of them, and then just for good measure he ends up shooting the house again while Gohan's coming out. Like, what the hell is going on? Gohan immediately catches all the bullets. Obviously, you know, it's Gohan, but then he recognizes both of them. He's seen both these guys before, and he thinks that they're there to kidnap Pan yet again. And this is when we get the transformation that I dare not speak its name because it's just so gorgeous and beautiful. And that is Beast Gohan in his comfy clothes. Comfy Beast Gohan. He is already in his comfy outfit and transforms at will. They didn't make us wait for it. They're not holding it back. They're bringing Beast Gohan to us for the excitement. Yes, he is here. This is the best Beast Gohan has ever looked. This is the best Gohan has ever looked. He is lounging. His glasses break. He is upset. And we get the confirmation here where it's called Beast Mode from Trunks, I believe. He's the one that says, oh no, he can go in beast mode just like that. Goku and Vegeta both sense his ki right here, which kind of has a lot of questions from earlier. But like, yeah, they both sense him right away. And him with his chanclas, look, he's got his chancletas right here. He lunges at Carmine. And Carmine's literally like running away screaming like a baby, like he doesn't understand what's going on. And Gohan sees that Goten and Trunks are in the passenger seat, and he immediately goes back to base because he knows that they're not enemies, and he kind of calms himself down. This shows that this is the direction Dragon Ball's going with Broly. He instantly, from Beast, from anger, you know, they're threatening his family, he calms himself down in an instant to be like, why are you guys here? And that is when we get Goku awesomely showing up. This is prime Goku right here. I love when Goku shows up like this, and he is excited because he wants to see Beast Gohan. I believe more than likely, you know, he probably did check him out as he's coming down before he de-transformed. And I believe more than likely in the next chapter we're going to be getting him transformed against Goku. That's where it's headed, and I am just over the moon. This has been one of the best chapters of Dragon Ball Super's manga that I've ever read. Maybe it's because of how bad the manga has been for like the last year or so. This is all great stuff, things that I care about, things that I want to see. I give this a 10 out of 10, outstanding masterpiece of a chapter, and I'm shocked that that's where I'm at because I was not like that when I heard what this was going to be about a almost like a superhero arc kind of thing still. But no, it's such a great chapter, and I can't wait for the next one. I'm fully excited. Toyotaro, you have outdone yourself here, sir.
Subscribe for more content.